Hey everybody, and welcome to the first installment of Raw Beef, which as promised is an unedited video clip of me, myself, and I am currently working on a video that I made with my girlfriend, or boyfriend, whatever you want to call her. That's a joke, by the way. Also, we're just going to get right into it because I'm not editing this and I'm trying to stay under a certain time. So this popped up as an ad on my Snapchat. It was the Queen of Meth is now streaming on Discovery Plus, and I think she says that she walks like a truck driver and talks like a sailor and fights like a man. And the whole documentary, every interview with her, and we're going to look at an interview as well. Every interview with her, she just says how great selling meth was. She doesn't care about the kids. She in the documentary, she cries, and it's very arbitrary. It's like, oh man, I wish those kids didn't do meth. But if I didn't sell it, the cartel would. If it's like if I didn't murder people, then someone else would be killing them. So the way I do it is more humane. So it's a good thing that I am killing them. And personally, as a recovering addict myself, I feel like, I can talk about these things and kind of try to break up the stigma a little bit with my, just my channel as a platform, a way that I've never used it before. So basically, we're gonna watch this, and I'm gonna talk about it for a little bit, and then that's gonna be the end of the video. Because of course, this is unedited, so everyone can see how I'm really feeling. It's not all cut up, little haha funny moments. Okay.
My name is Lori Arnold. I'm a material technician. The money I make a week, I used to make that in a few minutes. Even though it was 30 years ago, I'll always be remembered as the Queen of Meth. First time I took speed, I was 14, and it was with my mom. Boredom, loneliness. When you do the drug, all that disappears.
Lori was... Drugs are great, guys. Awesome stuff. Do speed. I don't know. I can also, what I'm gonna do is watch this and then go through the comments, because I commented something a while ago and it has like 30 replies. So I don't really know. I don't know what happened, but I replied to a bunch of people's replies. But basically, she just a person in the comments is trying to defend her and says that they're like her lifetime friend, and we'll get to this later, but that she never forced it upon him and would have never made anyone do meth or anything. But you'll see in this, it's like I don't even know.
It's truly a kind of a pioneer, moving upwards of 10 pounds at a time.
It was just so easy to bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was too easy.
Like the people that created the tech world in Silicon.
Oh yeah, this is Tom Arnold's fucking sister, by the way. I don't know if that mattered, but
Valley, his sister, created the meth world.
Iowa stands for I only want amphetamines, and she put the name on the marquee.
Men don't respect women running. I had a lot of power. I got money now. I need to do something with it.
She was very generous with helping people out.
this is the thing that people keep pointing to in the comments, is that she had meth philanthropy, that the money that she made from tearing up people's hearts and minds with meth, she gave back to the community so people didn't have to work. And so she just made it worse, because now they had no... And I'm saying, you know, maybe she paid for whatever, someone's health care or something with meth money. It does not matter what you do with the money that you make from... It does not matter how many people you help with money from selling drugs. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't know the difference between someone selling weed and someone selling crack, because there's a very big difference. And I'm not going to say that I condone the use of either or substance. What I am saying, though, is that meth specifically, which Lori Arnold is a queen of, is not something that you should be gloating about. Philanthropy, any money that you make on that, it's just water for her. I mean, she said at the beginning, the money that she makes in a week at her job as a forklift operator, she made in minutes as a meth dealer. So she's just glorifying it beyond glorification. So of course you're going to give that money to people. What else are you going to spend it on? There's not that much to spend money on in Iowa at the time. What are you going to buy, cows? Like, I don't know.
It was almost like a Robin Hood scenario, but it was destroying our community.
The first time I tried it, I'm like, well, it's pretty good. So I want my friends to share it with me.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm wrong here. Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I cannot tell if I'm wrong. Like, I know I'm probably not, but you know, I guess this is controversial. But like, guys, let's do meth. Like, and then she tries to. The problem that I have with it is that she tries to relate to me as an addict when she clearly isn't one. Because in the video, oh, I'm not an addict anymore. The distinction, the clear distinction is between people like me and people like her is that she was an addict and I always will be an addict. In my behaviors, in my dealings with other people, in the way I talk, in the way I operate, with everything, I have to deal with that and I have to morph it and I have to control it without the use of drugs. Where she just put it down and there she is just drinking a fucking beer with her friends. Okay? This isn't I mean, and she's just a paid actor now. She's just a paid actor. I don't know. It's...
It wasn't like, I want to go get everybody addicted and ruin their lives. I never realized it was a problem because
everybody was having a good time on meth. I didn't know it was an issue.
seemed to be having a good time. I lasted about 6 years, and then all hell broke loose. DEA, ATF, FBI, OPD. I'm like, where's AC/DC?
Money's the root of all evil.
Oh.
That's the one line. That is the singular line that she ever says in this whole thing that's funny. Where's AC/DC? I'm sorry, Lori Arnold, if you ever see this, I'm not bashing you as a person. I'm not bashing you as a user. I'm bashing you as a meth dealer for, like, this side of the country. Okay? It does not matter how much money you gave, are giving, or how many schools you visit to tell of what the horrible woos and what. And she went to prison for 20 years. But what I want to point to is a film which was based on real life called White Boy Rick, which is about the crack epidemic in like more African American neighborhoods at the time. I don't remember the exact city. If you guys know the movie White Boy Rick, I'm not going to put a picture of it, but you can look it up. But basically in that, this kid that's, you know, like in some sort of gang involvement, but not really, he's in that neighborhood, is paid by the government to sell crack. So then they can get into all the different gangs and things like that, which is what the government did, is they basically they started the crack epidemic in those neighborhoods and ruined those people's lives. And he got 40 years. He was 17 and he got 40 years flat out for that. But this lady only got 20. And I'm pretty sure that they moved around the same amount of drugs. I'm pretty sure I would say that crack is worse than meth, and I'm not exactly sure if he just sold crack. It might have been cocaine. But I just, you know what I mean? It's like, okay. I'm not saying she should have gone for longer. I think drug dealers should be given more of a second chance because clearly they're entrepreneurial minded and they have the brain to sell things, which could be easily applied to, and what I've seen with my friends personally is that it can be easily applied to maybe clothes or, you know, like buying, thrifting, like re-thrifting clothes, anything like that where you're buying and selling like things that are tradable, like shoes, clothes, something of that variant. But not her, you know, I don't know, but
I'll shut the hell up.
it's just the graphics. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Oh, shut the hell up.
What, I mean, this doesn't deserve this. Okay? I don't want to seem like overly emotional or hyper attached to this topic, but this does not deserve this. It should be talked about. And I know in the interview that I might show you, you know, the interviewer is pretty harsh on her, but they're basically just they're just fucking with each other in this interview that we could watch some of. But now we're gonna move to the comments real quick. So here you see I've got 25 likes on this, 26 replies. So I said, not that this offends me because it seems interesting, but I'm a recovering addict and this popped up on my Snapchat as an ad. You have to realize drugs are glamorized in our culture and you have to desensitize yourself to stay clean. But if I didn't have as much clean time as I do, I think Queen of Meth doesn't get rid of the stigma but only adds to it. Discovery is stooped low for this one. How does it add? And then, like, okay, this person, for example. You know what adds to the stigma? Throwing people in prison for doing drugs. You know what glamorizes drug use? Every person that came to Narcotics Anonymous, they were telling inmates, let's see, I can be a drug kingpin and get high and get laid, or I can talk to these pawns in prison for minor offenses. And I responded with, a closed or even open group of Narcotics Anonymous is a bit different than a documentary made by Discovery Channel about what's it like to make all the meth for that side of the United States. I mean, people are just dumb. I'm not. And then someone else tells me later on, like, oh, wait, well, you seem like the kind of person that acts like they know everything. What I wanted to say is, you seem like the kind of person that doesn't know anything. That's what I wanted to say, but... And most people agreed with me, but it was this guy right here, Gail Buffington. Apparently, they expose drugs as horrible. She even states how it's a life sentence because she will always be known as Queen of Meth. Then why did you make the fucking documentary called Queen of Meth and call yourself the Queen of Meth? Why would you go by that? In the interview, I could show you parts of. Oh yeah, I'm the Queen of Meth. Stop fucking calling yourself that then. I don't know. And I was like, very understandable, but she basically just says she's not sorry for the damage. And all these other people, you know, commented. Any more excuses? That's the thing. She just the whole time she's like, well, I needed the money, but in this she says, oh, I didn't need the money. We were bored, so we sold meth. It's just like, I don't even know. And you can just go, thanks to her, grown-ass adults have baby black teeth in summer. I don't know what that even means. Yeah, this person I agree with fully is what I was pointing to her. Why is she not in the Slammer got released? Now she's an actress. I mean, like... yeah, okay. Alright. If you can get past your past, okay? And not reflect on it and stick on it. Which this lady has been doing for years, I think, now. After her release, she just went, because her, you know, Tom Arnold is like a famous in the acting, and he's famous, okay? Tom Arnold is famous, so she just fucking hopped on that train and decided, well, I sold meth for 6 years, so now we can just make something about that. And like, okay. And it's not that I am happy for her. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I hate this woman. I don't. I wish I could have the same experience with drugs as her. I wish I could have done it once, sold it for 6 years, and gone and just never had an inclination. Just, you know, drink on occasion and at work and control it, and then with my famous brother make a documentary about how the wonderful highs and lows of when I used to sell meth. But it's not like that for me. It's really not. I don't have explicit urges anymore where it's a specific thing, and I don't have physical urges anymore. But that's because I have like 16 months sober. That has nothing to do clean and sober for anyone that wants to make the distinction. But there's just no. That's the difference. Is she was, and we, I guess, everyone that is watching this is gonna probably know what group of people I'm talking. We are, and she was. Okay, that is the main issue that I have with this. I don't know. It's just, I mean, like, it's go, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, like, there's a lot going on. That Gail Buffington guy deleted a couple things. Actually, a lot of people. Oh, wait, I got more replies. And then if we go further down here, I think there's more replies on my thing than there's actually comments. I live in rural Iowa where I was a addict for 5 years. And then there's these people that say, literally, I think he says, I was an addict. I was strong enough to admit help, got it, and moved on with life. I have zero sympathy for anyone saying it's a disease, blah, blah. I admit it, I may have came off as a jerk. And yeah. And these people, these two guys basically just said to me, well, why no one made you do drugs? Well, no, I did drugs. There's not a person out there that, I mean, like, I peer pressured people into using drugs, okay? I'm the first person to be honest about any of that shit. That was me, okay? Every time I picked up the first time and I picked up the last time, those are my decisions. But the in between, where it was animalistic, where I couldn't do anything but that, and that's what I thought about, and that's what I was working towards. And you can't. There's no way for me to explain this. I don't want pity. I don't want your pity. There's no way for me to explain this to you if you're not an addict to where you're going to understand. But I don't want your pity. I want to move on with my life. But I see shit like this, and of course, I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop recovering. I'm always an addict. Okay? The difference is that I'm either going to spend my time with clean addicts or using addicts, and I'd rather nowadays spend my time with clean addicts, and that's all I'm going to say on that. What I really wanted to go to real quick, because we're already 17 minutes in here, but I know. So this is the interview that she does. So this interview is a fucking joke. I don't really know how to explain it.
Tonight, we're going to meet his sister. She owned a 144-acre horse ranch, a big home, an airplane, and even more. A lifestyle that was fit for a queen. This queen happened, though, to be the queen of meth. She has spent most of the last 20 years in prison. She was convicted because of selling methamphetamine. She was a major supplier, making $200,000 or more a week. Please welcome Tom Arnold's sister, Lori Arnold. Lori, hi, thanks for joining us. Now, I'm gonna read you a quote.
And he reads what she said, mind you. I think
you have said, and sort of have you react to it. You said the following, quote, I probably ruined a few lives. Sometimes I feel guilty, but I made millions of dollars.
What the actual shit? This is a quote of her after prison. Where's the reform? Where's the reformation? There's none. There's none. Give her another 20 years. You say that after prison.
And I had a blast doing it. Can you respond to that?
Well, that was kind of taken a little out of context.
They were taken out of context. See, I didn't have a blast. I had a fucking hell of a time. Best time of my life, actually. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever had more fun in my entire life. You should do meth. You want to do meth together after the show?
I did. I had some fun during those years, yes. I'm not going to lie and say that I wasn't having a good time. And I made money, but there was a lot more into it. There was a lot more involved in the whole business and everything, what brought it, up to doing it, and, the prison time and everything else. So, yeah, of course I had fun. You have fun when you do drugs. That's why you do them.
Well, now.
And, I mean, like, yes, at first, you do have fun, but then it's medicine to where you can't function without it, so you're not having fun. You're just numbing after a while. At least I was. At least that's the difference. And I'm not saying that people can't be heavy users and addicts. Of course, you know what I mean? Or, maybe someone can, a few people, a very small, whatever amount of people. Actually, I guess more than our actual addicts. A group of people can, pick up something and then drop it and be addicted to it and decide, I have better things to do with my life and move on. But I don't know how many people that is. I know I'm not, and I'm not going to comment on anyone else.
As with many drug addicts, you had a real traumatic history. Apparently, you were married at 15. Is that right?
Yeah, my first time. Yes.
First time. And you and Tom have the same mom? Same dad,
yes.
I mean? Same, because you have the
yes,
same dad
both.
also?
Same mom, same dad.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you're just like Tom, your mom was married multiple times, and he had some issues around that. And anybody that's getting married at
4 times.
Right, and anybody that's married at 15 is running away from something, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of.
I mean, they just have this discourse, and I'm not going to watch the rest of this because I really don't want to. I could find the specific quote that I was referring to, but they just have this discourse and just slander throughout this entire video. That's just like, I mean, she's trying to validate herself, and he's using her validation against her to invalidate her. So that's the whole video. So I could skip to the part that I was talking about. Okay, this is what I was referring to before.
Stone sort of distribution system for the methamphetamine epidemic of that period of history. Don't you feel bad about that?
Well, I didn't think I was. It didn't seem like it was like that. Back in the 80s when we started, in 85, we started out very small. It was more to get a little bit of extra money just to put food on the table because we had $144 a week to live on. So when I got the opportunity to make a little extra money, I jumped on it. It didn't to me, it was just speed. I'm selling speed to people that wanted it. I wasn't trying to force it on anyone. And when we did it, we all felt good. It was great. Everybody was happy. Everybody was doing things. Their bored life was, everything were kicking up in Tumwa, Iowa, and, around my type of friends and things like that. Our age group. I was, 25 years old. I was still a kid. Never experienced meth before. So it was just something new and different, and it made everybody feel good and happy, and and that's what the whole thing was. We were just out to try to have fun, and it grew and it grew because everybody was having fun. We were laughing. It was party time all the time. It wasn't meant to be anything to get anybody hurt. Weren't planning on hurting anybody. We didn't want anybody to be hurt. We weren't trying to neglect our kids, or it wasn't meant to be that way. It was just a big party.
I understand that you didn't set out to do all those things, but you ended up doing all those things. You ended up hurting people and neglecting kids and ruining marriages. I mean, no drug addict starts drugs because they expect to be down and out on the street. And
then now he makes a very good point here. The first time I used was completely like, oh, this will be fun. This is going to be great. And it was fun. And it's like, after a while, and after the first time, you pretty much know what you're doing probably isn't a good thing. And I'm guessing that after you do meth once and you wake up 3 days later, that you probably don't feel that great. And then you need more to make you feel better again. I mean, it's just, I don't understand how, I don't know how to really feel about this, and I'd like some comments down below. Just tell me what you guys think. I don't know if I'm in the right here, but all I know is that Discovery Channel is fucking shit for doing this. Because, I mean, she says she's sorry, and then they just highlight how she did it, what she did when she had the money, and it's just all the little, just bullshit. And, like, it really, all it does, I mean, you can't tell me, without me here, I guess, mediating, that you would watch this and you would say, oh, wow, yeah, I respect and understand people that did meth more now. Do you? Does it break any fucking stigma? Is there any stigma that's just gone after this? I mean, there just isn't. There really isn't. I mean, that's honestly, that's the whole thing that I'm getting at, is that this does nothing for anyone except for Lori fucking Arnold. Okay? I mean, imagine this for me. This is the last thing we're going to talk about. I want you to imagine this. Imagine you are just got into a recovery program. You just got out of rehab. Your drug of choice was meth. You were using it every day, and you were on like 3-week-long binges, spending all your money, and you're in credit card debt, and you're on Snapchat, and you're going to text your friends to go to a meeting, and lo and behold, an ad pops up that says, it's like, and it just says, the Queen of Meth. What the fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? Not me. I didn't make it. Anyways, guys, that's all the time I have today. I am like I said, I'm working on an actual video, but this sort of thing, I'd like to just get out there because I don't really know how else to share this, and I feel like there's people who feel the same way as me, and if you need support of any kind, emotional or mental, anything like that, just leave a comment and I'll comment back. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I love you all. Goodbye.